All right, good morning, traders. This is Perry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. It is non-farm payroll day, 8:52 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday, August 8th. So, looking at really where we've been, and we've been sitting here consolidating in this. We'll see how it goes, but to be honest with you, we're just as likely to fall through the bottom of this range as we are to go through the top of the range. Uh, So let's look at the indexes. So we're a little bit mixed off of the print, a little bit of a beat this morning on non-farm payroll. So for the Russell, what I'm watching is still this 2252 area of the charts. You can see that we've triple topped on 3 different days, come back down, hit the lows, come back up, and really held that 2229 for the most part uh, in the overnight session. So we've went up to this level again. So what I'd like to see now for the Russell for a sign of strength is really to be able to stay above 2239 to 2238, right in that area, and then you know real strength would be staying above 2243.60 for it. Looking at the rest of the indexes, since we were closer to the top, right, we can either test down and hold these bottoms. So really, the ES needs to hold right around 4,400. I'm going to call it 4,404, 4,405. That's really what needs to be the floor. If not, it just starts stair stepping down. You can see taking out these swing lows, which should be support right around 43.90. If we do print down this area, it's probably going to pause and then it would accelerate down towards 43.75 and probably take out every one of these lows before the end of the day and potentially even go down to 43.44 on a very weak tape. But I'm not expecting it to be that weak. I would like to see that support come in right around '05 to 10, and we'll see what happens from that point on. And that'll be really where I'm looking for a make or break for the index. Look at the Nasdaq; it's lost 15,107. So now let's see if it holds 15,057 around there. Breaking below that level by let's call it 20 points, getting down to 15,037 or below. 15,107 should be resistance. Any pop back above 107, and then as you can see where those swing lows were yesterday, 15,137, getting back above there is going to be bullish, which is its triple top basically, right around that 107 marker. So looking at the Dow is the only one with a strong bid, really coming off the non-farm payroll print. And my suggestion would be either if you want to play a muted market, you can play the ES, right? The ES is going to get drugged between the Dow and the Nasdaq. It's going to get push and pulled there. But for the Dow, if you look at the bar of the 830 bar, basically, that low of the bar is really all you need to watch to see, for bullish trades or bearish trades. As long as that low of that 830 print is held, you're looking for continuation to the upside for the Dow. Looking at the overnight action, a whopping 13.5 points. So we really haven't had much of a reaction either way, and you can see that this bar that we're in has engulfed most of the action. Right, we printed up towards that 30, which is a BS hedge level for the institutions, and then coming back down towards 15, which this is all in the same hedging zone for the institution. So until we really start crossing back under, like I said, that '05 level, nothing really significant changes up in here. So I did print this morning coming into non-farm payroll where these overnight value areas are coming into it. So you can see the ES is just inside of value. You can see the Dow is above the overnight value, and you can see that the NASDAQ is well below the overnight value area. So again, the ES is just going to get caught between the NASDAQ dragging it down and the Dow dragging it up. So if you want to play a muted market, the ES is for you. Otherwise, forget about the ES and just play a pure market. Play one of the other three markets today. And then really looking at the bigger levels that I would like to watch for today, above for the Russell, you have resistance that's all the way up at basically 2273 to 2274 is where that resistance would come in. That would be quite a pop from here. Uh, you know, it's unlikely that it gets that high, but if it does start smoking higher, that's the area to watch. For the downside, your first real read to the downside is going to be this set of single prints between 2217.90 and 2250, right in that zone. For the NASDAQ, really it needs to get back above 15,133 to 15,136 to be meaningful. Otherwise, it's stuck in this lower portion of the distribution, and you do have some bulls trapped up above this level now. So they're gonna all they're gonna do is want their money back. So the Nasdaq is gonna have a hard time, very difficult time, getting back to unchanged on the day, in my opinion. It's only down 50 points, so anything is possible in early trading. We'll see, obviously, taking out yesterday's low is even more bearish, so we'll watch that. I will be back on about 10 minutes after the bell open. We'll watch. One thing that I like to do on non-farm payroll is if you just draw a line right where the 830 bar opened up on each of the indexes, you can see if the markets are above or below those lines. You can see the uh, Dow is well above, the Russell is well above, the ES is basically right at where it opened at 830, and the NASDAQ is well below. So again, the ES is getting pulled between those two lines. So I hope this helps. I'll update the overnight value areas again this morning. Add this other basically 75 minutes to what I'm looking at, and then we'll go from there and we'll trade this live, or analyze the market live today, and we'll see how it goes. But right now, first blush is the Nasdaq, after making all-time highs, is in a down sequence, and it could stay in a down sequence all day until it hits a retracement level that finds a bid. But I wouldn't expect it to get a V reversal today. The only thing that you can look at again is where that 830 open was. Getting back above there is going to be bullish, but to be honest with you, I think it's going to have a very difficult time getting back above this support resistance of these single prints from yesterday between 15,133 and 15,136. I think that's what you're trading against at this point in time to the downside. So watch the sequence to the downside from these highs until they break. I'll talk to you in a little bit.